Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talk Sport on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program as we tend to have a whole lot of conversation, mostly from Champions League. Yes, last night we saw a whole lot of goals being scored by Arsenal, Real Madrid on the other side having their own goals as well. And yesterday's feature came with a whole lot of goal scoring, and we expected to see what would happen in the second leg, but were there upsets from yesterday? Yes, Arsenal upsets PSV 7 goals, like scoring a whole lot of goals, 7 goals to 1 in the first leg. A whole lot of persons, individuals are saying, Arsenal fans are celebrating and jubilating all over that playing in North London is going to be a walk in the park for Arsenal, given the fact that they've scored 7 goals already, and it's going to be a difficult comeback for PSV if they get to when they get to North London. That's talking about Arsenal now. So looking at all of this now, we're having all of this conversation talking about fencing, where our own very own Nigerian Bruno has been able to secure a bronze medal for Nigeria in the African Junior League, as well as also looking at LeBron James scoring around 50,000 points, standing at the top of the NBA ladder of the all-time scorers. Still playing, LeBron James has just been breaking history, setting pace for other people to follow. First ever NBA father and son playing on the same team. He was able to achieve that, playing with his son Bronny James in the at the Lakers, and then now currently sitting at the top with 50,000 points of the NBA record. So this is just super amazing. And on the other hand, sad note, Kyrie Irving's currently suffering an ACL injury, which would totally take him out for the rest of the season. So we'll be having all of this conversation. Also, we're talking about the Birom Nations Cup that is ongoing in Plateau State, just as the competition has started already, and then some persons have been doing so well. We'll be giving you all reports from that as we'll be speaking to the founder and the president of Birom Nations Cup, who will be joining us shortly after this break. To stay with us. Yes, many thanks for staying with us. Now let's get into the conversation. We'll be starting from the home front, and we'll be starting from our very own teenager who is a fencing sensation. We'll be talking about Iskois Brown, who has secured his first medal at the ongoing 2025 African Junior Fencing Championship in Angola. The grandson of the former Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Dora Akinyele, Bruno recently displayed his bargain talent at the Atmas Pair Junior World Cup held from February the 14th to 16th before heading to Angola to clinch a medal for Nigeria. Representing Nigeria from the diaspora, Bruno delivered a stunning performance, dominating skills, resilience, and fighting spirit of Nigerian athletes. His achievement further cements Nigerians' rising status in international fencing. Another promising Nigerian fencer, Bola Akim Bori, was also set to make her mark in the competition, but unfortunately missed her first bout due to last-minute schedule change that was not communicated on time. So looking at all of this now, fencing is also evolving on a rapid stage, and then we'll see Nigerians also going to perform in all of these, compete in all of these competitions, and also emerge greatly and come out with amazing result. Congratulations to the grandson of former Director General Adora Akindele, God bless her soul, and the family, and also congratulations to Bruno for making this feat and winning his first medal for Nigeria. This is great, and then we are hoping to see more medals to be won by him in the next couple of competitions that will be coming up as the year unfolds. So moving away from fencing, now let's talk the list of the Super Eagles that has been released, and some other shocking names that we've seen that got call-ups, and again some persons that returned back. Now Ahmed Musa returns to Nigeria's name squad for the World Cup qualifiers. Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa has earned a recall to the national team for Nigeria's crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, making his return after years of absence. The list was released yesterday by the Nigerian Football Association, where Musa, who was last featured for the Super Eagles before their silver winning campaign in 2024 African Cup of Nations, headlined the provisional squad released by the newly appointed head coach Eric Chelle. Also making the list is informed Greek striker Tolu Akoroda, who has been in the blasting form from the Belgian Japan League, 1915 goals this season. Akorede is one of 4 fresh faces in Chile's squad alongside Anthony Dennis and also Pap Daniel Musa, formerly of Niger Tornadoes, and Sylvia Progress Ikoda. They're moving away. Still on this, the squad also sees the return of Romeo star goalkeeper Kayode Bankole and Southampton's forward Paul Ochua as Nigeria looks to revive the qualifications hope. So looking at this now, Ahmed Musa coming back to the squad now. Experience matters because he has been in situations like this. So we understand what Eric is doing at this point, and then for reintroducing him to the squad. Yes, was he missed in the 2024 African Cup of All Nations? Yes, he was a bit missed. Looking at the fact that we expected, a level of experience that he has would be able to play a certain role at that final that the Super Eagles lost. But him coming back at this crucial stage now, it's good. Nigerians, football fans have reacted separately. Some were saying they are more younger and more vibrant players that Eric was supposed to invite, not inviting Ahmed Musa. While some have made the comments and saying that, okay, his experience is going to play a massive role to be able to help Nigeria, the Super Eagles, qualify for the World Cup and win the game. So all of this now are things that Nigerians are looking into, and let's see how that pans out. For me, I feel his experience is going to play a massive role, but I wouldn't want him to start off as the first 11. He can come off the bench and then have a few things that he can implement, or also assist with the coaching crew to help people play the same game that he's playing. That's talking about Samuel Chukwueze, Ademola Lookman, and Moses Simon. He can chip in 1 or 2 things based on experience, and then these players might be able to navigate around it and give us that win that we deserve. Give Nigerians that win that Nigerians deserve, because now these 2 competitions, these 2 matches that are going to be played in Rwanda and also in Nigeria, the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, are a must win for the Super Eagles, based on the fact that we are sitting on the number 5th position with just 3 points, which is not something that the Super Eagles can be able to go to the World Cup with, that can help them qualify. So these next 2 features are very, very crucial for the qualification of the 2026 World Cup that will be played in Canada, Mexico, and the US. So it's a must win for the Super Eagles. So moving away from that, let's talk about Jimmy Carragher, who admits clumsiness of his AFCON remark after backlash. We've seen a couple of weeks ago, football pundit Jimmy Carragher has addressed criticism over the previous comments regarding the African Cup of All Nations, which many perceived as dismissive. The former Liverpool defender came under fire, suggesting that Mo Salah's chance to winning the Ballon d'Or were slain because of the fact that he was not competing in a major tournament, referring to the African Cup of All Nations. Speaking on a broadcast show after Tuesday's Champions League, Carragher acknowledged that his choice of words was very, very poorly phrased. So looking at all of this now we are saying that yes, he knows that he made a mistake by saying that the African Cup of Nations is not a major tournament, and he raised a whole lot of eyebrows where people are asking whether is it just the fact that he's playing in the African Cup of Nations, or because he's truly an African. These are the questions that football fans are asked, and then they pointed it towards the act of racism. But he is coming out now to clear the air by saying he chose a very poor phrase to use to compare those the African Cup of All Nations. But Mo Salah, does he have what it takes to win the Ballon d'Or? Yes, he does have what it takes to win the Ballon d'Or, but we'll just see what happens, and if he gets to win the Champions League, because they'll be playing later today, maybe Premier League, and then advance further in the World Cup and others, maybe at that point he might be able to win the Ballon d'Or. But let's see what happens. But for Jimmy Carragher, we saw the likes of JJ Okocha, Samuel Eto'o coming out to criticize him and saying that he wasn't even a great player when he was still playing, and he's also failing as a sports analyst. So all of this now is just conversations, by the way, but Jimmy Carragher as an individual has come out to apologize, and we would see what happens afterwards, if FIFA and UEFA would have any sanction or any punishment or so for him. So let's move away from that, talk Victor Osimhen, where Victor Osimhen is very much in the radar of Manchester United. But this is what Manchester United are saying. They say Osimhen's deal very difficult for United. Now there's a whole lot that is in place based on Osimhen's deal. We're looking at it from the angle where the Manchester United's pursuit for Victor Osimhen appears to be fervent, with financial obstacles with transfer experts. Ben Jacobs saying that a feasible deal for the Nigerian international may be impossible for the struggling Premier League side. The Red Devils find themselves in a challenging position this season, currently languishing in the 14th place in the Premier League, and having parted ways with former manager Erik ten Hag earlier in the campaign. Despite the appointment of Ruben Amorim, the team continues to face significant challenges both on and off the pitch. United forward line has been particularly the source of concern, with neither Joshua Zirkzee nor Ramos Honjo consistently delivering the goals needed to lift the team's performance. This has intensified speculations about potential striker signings, with Osimhen emerging as a prime target for Manchester United. Now, looking at Victor Osimhen Victor Osimhen is at his prime, and he is very, very amazing. He did it at Napoli, helped Napoli win the trophy after the Serie A after a whole lot of time. Now he's at Galatasaray on loan, based on the fact that his coach at Napoli says he doesn't have plans for him in the squad. So Victor Osimhen automatically had a buy option or a loan option. So the buy option wasn't coming. People were not meeting, teams were not meeting his 70 million euros release clause mark, so he now had to go on loan at Galatasaray. In Galatasaray now currently scoring a total of 25 goals in all competition and creating 5 assists. That is how amazing he is doing, and they are at the verge of approaching and then trying to win the European League over there. But looking at all of these concerns now, imagine as a prime target for Manchester United, Victor Osimhen's release clause is still there. There was a time Manchester United were saying they are going to be releasing 40 million pounds, and then Ramos Honjo attached to the source send him to Galatasaray. But now it's looking more difficult based on the FIFA regulation now and all of that based on purchases and transfers of players. So all of these angles now are the thing that is actually limiting and folding the hands of Manchester United. And now currently they are not doing so well in the Premier League, sitting number 14th on the Premier League. But now Victor Osimhen, on the other hand, is saying he is not ready to reduce his prize money, his release clause based on this fact. And then Galatasaray also on the other hand are saying Victor Osimhen is going nowhere. So looking at all of this, at the end of the day, maybe by the time his loan spell is done with Galatasaray, there might be a chance for him to move towards the end of the summer. He might be to PSG, it might be to Chelsea, maybe Arsenal, or at the end of the day, probably Manchester United will be able to sort out their financial issues and then get to land the super striker Victor Osimhen. So let's have a conversation. We'll be having a conversation around UEFA Champions League, where we saw Dortmund were held in a draw yesterday in the knockout round with Lille. But we'll be having all of this conversation just after this break. Stay with us.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
Global Morning is your top morning show here on Global Television.
We bring you fresh news updates daily while delving into a variety of current affairs and topics.
A Global Morning aims to deliver newspaper reviews and latest news with experts on key global issues.
And at the same time, keeping you well informed about important events, both national and internationals.
Global Morning serves as a valuable source of information, helping viewers like you start your day well informed.
Stay connected from Mondays to Sundays to a wide range of the latest news making rounds on Global Morning.
We're on the road to protest.
The president meets all of our demands.
This is
Yes, many thanks for staying with us. Now let's get right into it, where a whole lot of actions were played yesterday in the UEFA Champions League, and this is one of the upsets. Yes, Borussia Dortmund being held at a 1-1 draw. Borussia Dortmund were forced to settle for a 1-1 draw against Lille in their UEFA Champions League knockout round playoffs clash on Tuesday night. Karim Adeyemi gave the home side the lead in the 22nd minute, finishing off a well-worked attack to put Dortmund ahead at the Signal Iduna Park. The German side looked in control for much of the first half, going into the break with a narrow advantage. However, Lille, from their way back into the match in the second half, Icelandic midfielder Håkon Haudsson equalized for the French side in the 68th minute, converting a pass from Jonathan David to slice the Dortmund crowd. Dortmund's Khan was shown a yellow card in the 61st minute, while Pascal Grob also found himself in the referee's book late in the stoppage time. Despite both teams pushing for a late winner, neither could break the deadlock, leaving the tie finally posed heading into the second leg at 1-1. Now, this was the biggest upset from yesterday, because a whole lot of persons thought, fans, I felt Dortmund was going to demolish Lille, but now it shows that both the French side and the German side are very, very equal to the task, in the sense that they played massive attack, massive defense. That's just what Dortmund are known for: German football style of play, massive attack and massive defense. And Lille, on the other hand, also were outplayed and defending well. Like in the first 45 minutes, Dortmund almost had the whole day, but at the bottom, in the second half, then Lille came back to equalize, and it was a very, very close one. Though lots of chances were missed by the two teams from Dortmund and also from Lille as well. But the second leg now is going to be more interesting, based on the fact that they'll be going away from home to play Borussia Dortmund. So that is going to be a very, very interesting match to watch, and that will be happening by next week, Wednesday. So a whole lot of persons, I myself, can't also wait to see how that feature will play out and who will advance for the other round. Talking upsets now, and a derby that happened yesterday. We're talking about Real Madrid as they defeated Atlético Madrid 2-1 in the knockout derby. Last night was the knockout derby in Spain, and then the final one will be happening next week, where Real Madrid edged past City rivals Atlético Madrid with a 2-1 victory at Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. The match began with the high intensity as Real Madrid seized an early advantage in the 4th minute, where Rodrigo Goes showcased his skill with a remarkable finish, setting the tone for the home side. Atlético responded with a resilience, and their own effort paid off in the 32nd minute from former Manchester City forward Julian Alvarez, unleashing a stunning strike from a challenging angle, bringing the visitors level and silencing the home crowd. The decisive moment arrived in the 55th minute, when Brahim Diaz produced a moment of brilliance by scoring the second goal for Real Madrid, which gave them the edge ahead and then helped them secure the most interesting point, 3 points that is needed. But that doesn't matter at this point. They secured the 3 points, but if they get to go to the home of Atlético Madrid and then lose 2-1, that means automatically they're going to go into penalties, or if they don't hold up to that end, it's going to be very, very hard for them to qualify into the final round. But looking at Real Madrid now and Ancelotti as a coach, is actually very interesting how this man can use 4 to 5 formations to play one game. Yes, if you follow the match, his match is probably mostly Champions League. People have said, football fans have said, Real Madrid actually feels that the Champions League is their birthright. If you did watch the game yesterday when Rodrigo scored, he says to the fans, stay calm, this trophy is staying back home, that is not going anywhere. So they feel it's their birthright. But now, looking at Ancelotti now as a manager, he's very, very great with the way he does his selection and performances. Like in the game, he didn't even start Jude Bellingham, Modric, all of those big names didn't even play. He had to bring some other guys and then introduce them, and all of those things worked out for him. So what would happen in the second leg is going to be very, very interesting. I think this is going to be one of the toughest matches, toughest second leg that will be played next week in the second leg qualifying stages of the competition. So we'll just be seeing how all of that would happen. So let's move away and talk about the other side of the football teams, where Arsenal hit scored 7 goals to set a new record over in Champions League, and this is very, very interesting. Arsenal fans felt like yesterday was the final of the Champions League and they have carried the trophy, they lifted the trophy already. That's how the fans were feeling yesterday, where Arsenal delivered a record-breaking performance in Champions League last 16 rounds, trashing PSV 7-1 in the first leg of the Philips Stadium. The Gunners became the first team to score 7 goals away in the knockout stage match, setting the tone for a likely quarter-final berth. Like, the onslaught began earlier with Jurriën Timbers open and quickly followed by goals from Mikel Merino and 17-year-old sensation Ethan Nwauri. Nwauri's goal not only made him the third youngest to score in the competition's knockout history, but also placed him alongside English star Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden as one of the few players to start a knockout game before turning 18. Now, Nwauri is a Nigerian who is living abroad and who has been abroad. So there are rooms and avenues for him to be invited to come play for the Super Eagles. So all of those things now are still in works. I think it's going to be best that Eric Chelle actually tried to capture this guy before the likes of England, Spain, Italy steer him away from this continent. So looking at these angles now, Arsenal came out with so much enthusiasm yesterday. If you watched the game, they came out with so much passion and they seem to be more focused than ever. Can they be able to scale through? Now, the second leg is looking like a walkover for them already, because how can these guys bounce back and score? They need like 8 to 9 goals to be able to qualify. So this is actually looking as a very there's no way they can be able to make it through, because of the fact that Arsenal also would not fold their arms and watch you score 8 to 9 goals so as you can qualify. So Arsenal is out there, and then it seems that they have qualified already for the next stage without even playing the second leg. So congratulations to Arsenal fans. You all should enjoy this while it lasts, but mind you and remind you that there is no Premier League title for you guys this season. So on the other hand, have that at the back of your mind. And also FA Cup, nothing. So you only have chance to win the Champions League if you can get to qualify to the other, and then to the quarterfinals, and then semi-finals, and then all through to the finals. Then we'll be able to see how you'll be able to scale through. Arsenal will be able to scale through and see if they can get themselves a trophy, because Arsenal hasn't won anything in years as we speak. So moving away, the other part of England also had an amazing night where Aston Villa defeated Club Brugge 3-1 to gain a knockout advantage. Aston Villa secured a commanding 3-1 victory over Club Brugge in their round of 16 Championship League knockout playoffs clash. The England side produced a clinical performance, capitalizing on defensive errors from the Belgian opponent to take control of the tie. Leon Bailey opened the scoring earlier for Aston Villa in the 3rd minute, finishing off an assist from Tony Mingles to give the visitors a dream start. However, Club Brugge responded quickly with Max Dix equalizer in the 12th minute after a well-placed assist from Christos Thiozzi. The first half ended level at 1-1, but Villa stepped up their intensity after the break, and that's attributed to the fact that they scored 2 goals, contributed 2 more goals to their win, and then placing them at a higher advantage, and for them to get into the second leg with their heads high above water, and to see how they can be able to be more strategic and win their other matches. So this is just looking interesting. For this second legs are looking very, very interesting already, and we're hoping to see what would happen and how that will pan out. So let's see what happens as the second leg will be kicking off next week. Now let's talk a bit of basketball, where LeBron James becomes an NBA record scorer with 50,000 career points. This man, LeBron James, just keeps living his dream. You know, coming into the league at 17, turning down lots of offers from Reebok and other individuals. So he came in, the boy from Ohio came into the league at 17 and is currently playing in his 22nd season of the NBA currently as we speak. Now his dream, one of his dreams, as he says, was to be in the league with his son LeBron James. And then now currently Bronny James is his father's, Bronny James is LeBron James's teammate. Now I just imagine how they'll be conversing on the court. Will it be Bron, pass me the ball, or Dad, pass me the ball? Just wondering the kind of conversation they'll be having. And then for LeBron James now scoring 50,000 career points, still at 40. No one has done this at all at 40, playing at this high level, dropping 25 to 32 points night in and night out, and also creating assists and rebounds, dunking still at 40. This shows how amazing and how super talented he is. But let me bring you up to date with the story. LeBron James became the first player in the NBA history to score 50,000 points, extending his lead as the league's all-time scorer by reaching a milestone tally that may never be surpassed by anybody. This is actually very, very hard. Scoring 50,000 points, you know, it might be hard for one to be able to achieve that. Stephen Curry, on the other hand, is saying we might never see him dunk again. But LeBron James at 40, still dunking and catching alley-oops. Okay, still talking about LeBron James and then the record that he has set. The Los Angeles Lakers superstar went into the game against New Orleans Pelicans with 49,999 regular postseason points after a 17-point performance in Sunday's win over Los Angeles Clippers. It did not take long for the 40-year-old NBA icon to get the solidarity points, which needed to reach the 50,000 point barrier. James, who is dazzling from his 22nd season of a glittering career, gathered a pass from Luka Doncic and unveiled sublime 25-foot three-pointer to move to 50,002 points with the fans at the Crypto Arena rolling and acclaiming and shouting his name, King James. Yes, that's what he's known for. Now, his mixture and fitting with current player Luka Doncic. Now, a lot of persons have said that the Lakers are not a championship team. I totally agree with that. Futuristically, they cannot play in a game 7 series during the playoffs and then win the competition because we have OKC, we have Cleveland, we have Golden State Warriors, we have Milwaukee Bucks, we have Denver Nuggets, we have Timberwolves, and all of these teams now are actually on a verge of actually competing for the trophy. We have Boston Celtics, we have Memphis Blazers. All of these guys are runners for this trophy. So now, looking at all of these angles now, Lakers now, I don't think they would be able to make it throughout the playoff and win the games. So Mavericks Dallas currently might not be able to scale through because Kyrie Irving now is suffering an ACL injury. He tore his ACL last night, and also Anthony Davis suffering also a knee injury. Now it has devastated the team. Now a whole lot of plans for them to get through to the playoff is actually no longer there. So let's see how all of those will pan out, and we'll be talking more about the BRAM Nations Cup, which is ongoing in Jos Plateau State after this break. Stay with us.
know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.
Global Morning is your top morning show here on Global Television.
We bring you fresh news updates daily while delving into a variety of current affairs and topics.
A Global Morning aims to deliver newspaper reviews and latest news with experts on key global issues.
And at the same time, keeping you well informed about important events, both national and internationals.
Global Morning serves as a valuable source of information, helping viewers like you start your day well informed.
Stay connected from Mondays to Sundays to a wide range of the latest news making rounds on Global Morning.
We're on the road to protest.
The president meets all of our demands.
This is Global Morning.